towards synonyms, translations, and purport by Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dishishinitai Gaur Chandra Premanande. Hari Hari Bo. Hare Krishna. Okay, so everybody's here now.
Hare Krishna.
So
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Sanjay Prabhu. So you had a question. Would you like to repeat your question, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yes, Prabhuji. I just need a clarification uh, that the question that you asked about why Arjuna got afraid, and because um, you explained in last class as well that he's in Ashwarya Bhav, but Gopas in Vrindavan are not afraid, although they are also friends of Krishna, and Arjuna is also friend. So I want to understand this more. That um, is this a different in a friendship, because we know the five major rasas: um, servitorship, vatsalya, shanta, and friendship and conjugal love. So this that major rasa, friendship rasa, is that also got further categories or differentiated, like Gopas in Vrindavan? Because you mentioned that Vipralamba Sakhya Bhav they have. So that's I just wanted to understand that there is Ashwarya Bhav in Sakhya Rasa is different of Arjun than the Sakhya Rasa of Gopas in Vrindavan. That was the question.
Hmm. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, the Vipralamba Bhav is a topmost form of love. You see, when two people love each other and when they are separated, the love increases.
Hmm.
So Vipralamba means that
Hmm.
when love and separation.
Yes.
So all our acharyas have always kept this mood. All our acharyas, the six Goswamis, they have never kept the mood that I have attained Krishna. We have discussed this in the past.
Yes, sir.
Our mood is that of we have not attained Krishna, we are searching for him.
Hmm.
And in this searching, we do not become too acquainted with him. At the same time, our love increases. Okay.
Hmm.
So here Arjuna it will be speaking in the coming verses, where he'll display this Aishwarya Rasa a bit more. It
Hmm.
requires a little understanding on this, but hopefully it would be coming. Like say for example, in the verse we're going to discuss 11, 40, or 36. So from 41, 42 onwards, 41 onwards, there are some verses where Arjuna is requesting pardon, where he
Hmm.
says, that in the past, he says that I have addressed you as my friend, I've addressed you as, O Krishna, O Yadav, O my friend, without knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I have done in madness or in love. I've dishonored
Hmm.
you many times while relaxing or while lying on the same bed or eating together, sometimes alone, sometimes in front of many friends. Please excuse me for all my offenses. Srila Prabhupada explains this in the purport also that Krishna Arjuna is saying no. He then further says that you are the father of this complete cosmic manifestation. He calls Krishna Pitashi, Pita Shilakshya Charana Charasya Tvamasya Pugyascha Gurur Gariyan Natat Samosti Abhyadhikan Kuto Anyo Lokatrayepya Apritam Prabhava. So very first word is Pita, father. So you are a father of this complete cosmic manifestation, the worshipable chief, the spiritual master. Now, if any kind of spiritual master, if you consider, you cannot become too friendly with the spiritual master. You should be actually afraid of the spiritual master. ठीक है ना? It is very
Yes.
important to understand this. Otherwise, you will minimize spiritual master. I have always addressed this point many often with all of you because I've seen it very closely it happening.
Hmm.
When even Guru Maharaj were very easily available to devotees in that particular geographical location, they sort of minimize, or when they are easily available every week, or every day for Bhagavatam class, nobody would come. But I can guarantee you with my blood, today if we announce Guru Maharaj are coming today to Rajkot, all from the world, everybody will go every day to Rajkot to listen to Bhagavatam class. But when Maharaj were physically present, I have seen nobody would come. 2, 3, those who are resident over there, that's it. No one is equal to you, nor can anyone be one with you within the three worlds. You are immeasurable. So he is glorifying Krishna with all this. And then he also says very important verse. He says this that tasmat pranamya praninadhyakayam prasadyetvam ahamisham idyam piteva putrasya sukheva sukhyo. This is very important. Priyah priyayarhasi deva shodham. So you are the Supreme Lord to be worshipped by every living being. Thus I fall down to offer you my respects and ask your mercy. Please tolerate the wrongs that I may have done to you and bear with me as a father with his son, or a friend with his friend, or a lover with his beloved. They tolerate. So
Hmm.
Arjuna is requesting, please tolerate me. These are all the bhav which he's saying.
Hmm.
And then at the end he says that Adrushtapurvam rushitosmi društva bhayena pravyayatham mano bhayena cha pravyathitam mano me tadeva me darshaya deva rupam prasida devesha jagannivasa. This is a very important verse. So after seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened. But at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, O Lord of the universe. Yeah? And then Krishna pacifies him after this point.
Hmm.
Yeah. So then he shows
Yeah.
his 400 form of Narayan, of Vaikuntha, and then 200 forms. Okay. So
Hmm.
it brings him back to his mood. You see. So as we understand, yes, Arjuna is also acting as a role, in the role of for all of us to understand. So do not discount that fact. Arjuna is no way lower than any other personality. You see, don't
Hmm.
misunderstand that point. But yes, he showed that bhav, which is Aishwarya bhav, or by opulence. See, so in the Vaikuntha planets, Krishna is worshipped with his Aishwarya bhav. These are all very confidential points. But if we don't talk now, when we will talk? These are very basic points. It's not even confidential, basically. It is very basic points in confidential part. So we have to be acquainted by these points to understand what mood exists in each of these locations. You understand this point?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
We have not attained that position. Okay? And when you attain that position, you will feel you have not attained that position. When you have not attained that position, you feel that you attained that position. See?
mm,
So don't misunderstand. We have to be very careful. So that is the reason why we start our bhakti with Vaidhi bhakti. You know, so Pancharatrika
mm,
Vidhi, all this that, you have to, the do's and don'ts, rules and regulations, have to be done that way. Okay. As one progresses,
oh,
one progresses, then slowly with Shravanam Kirtanam, you know, one one
mm,
one addresses these points, and then the spontaneity comes, the Raga Bhakti comes, Raga Anuga Bhakti comes. Okay. So
mm,
it is not,
mm,
it is a very high position to attain. But Raga Anuga Bhakti is to Bhagavad Vidhi. It's not to
mm,
Pancharatrika Vidhi at all. But Pancharatrika Vidhi helps to achieve Raga Bhakti. You must understand this point. Okay. But in
mm,
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, all this is not possible for everybody to do. And there should be proper bona fide leaders to teach you this. In the absence of bona fide leaders, whom will you learn this, all this other Pancharatrika Vidhi also? It becomes monotonous routine, and you will bring
mm,
the same politics in your mind into the deity worship. That is not the purpose of deity worship. Deity worship is to cleanse the mind and the intelligence, you see.
mm,
So what I'm saying is that is enough. Vaidhi Bhakti is very important. We are all starting with the Vaidhi Bhakti, do's and don'ts. Our bhav is Aishwarya bhav. We do
mm,
not worship Radha Krishna in the spontaneity. And spontaneity cannot be given by others. There is another mistake that happens where when other sampradayas, other Gaudiya sampradayas attacked ISKCON devotees, Prabhupada's departure. This is immediately after Prabhupada's departure when they found that others were not very, able to control, or if they thought they were very qualified or whatever it is. There was a proper to say that no, Prabhupada has not taught you everything, we'll teach you. Raga Bhakti.
mm,
So this is spontaneity comes after one's own surrender to Krishna. And Krishna gives this. No matter how many worship we do, or not how many chanting we do, either of it. This is given by Krishna. You understand this point?
yes, well,
So this point is at Vipralamba bhav. And this is the
mm,
bhav which is on the uh, uh, with the pure devotees of Krishna. In our line. There may be other line where they say that I've achieved it. We've achieved Krishna. Yeah. So
mm,
we have to understand this that this position is this. Aishwarya is in the spiritual world, in the Vaikuntha planets, Vipralamba, and beyond that is the Golok Vrindavan, where you want to go. Okay? It is very difficult to
mm,
attain Golok Vrindavan. It's very difficult to attain even the Vaikuntha planets. You see?
yes,
So it is very imperative that at whatever stage we are doing our bhakti, that has to be done with purity. Pure devotional service has to be performed. There is no compromise. And nobody can check this. You see? I may give big bhashan, big words I will use. But whether my bhakti is pure or not, that only I know. And Krishna knows, as Paramatma. You understand this point?
yes, yes, well,
So
we are
in
our own judge.
yes, we are. So in bhakti, it is very imperative that we become ruthless with ourselves. Absolutely ruthless with ourselves. Don't take any credit.
Mm,
Pass all the credit to your seniors, your guru. Don't keep. We are nobody there. Nobody here. It is an
mm,
easy success that it doesn't go into your head. This is one of the main reasons why we are accepting even in our program where all of you and all your devotees, Vinashrapu's devotees when they come and they say, and Swati Mataji said, thank you very much for the opportunity and all that. It is very painful for us to hear this. When all of you say all the same thing, it's very, very painful. We don't want to hear this. But if you don't say this, then there's a good chance something will go into everybody's head.
mm,
So might as well it goes in our head and we fall down rather than you people. But at every stage, Whatever glorification is given to us, I quietly give to Guru Maharaj in my own way.
Hmm.
And similarly, when glorification comes to you must give to Guru Maharaj or to us. You see? You understand this
Yes,
point?
yes, sir.
So what happens is this, that today, tomorrow you may have 50 people in your team,
Hmm.
yeah, who will glorify
Hmm.
you. Obviously, they're going to glorify you. Avinash Prabhu may have 150, 200 people in his team. Sridhar Prabhu may have 100 people in his team, 50, 100 people in his team. They'll glorify you. My suggestion to you is this, do not accept the glorification. But for training them, so you have to train them, then you must glorify the people who have taught me. As the days will progress, if you keep it to you, it's going to be very dangerous. Take it from me. So, very bhakti is very important to be performed. That's when we wake up in the morning very early. There are a lot of do's and don'ts.
Hmm.
There's no compromise to this. But there has to be proper teachers who teach you this. Not just somebody who is not qualified among themselves. They do some, appoint somebody to do
Hmm.
it. This is not the way. It is self-effulgent. Gurus are self-effulgent. Nobody needs to appoint them. They themselves go into gutter and pick up the devotees and make gurus. You see, become gurus. But as Kalyuga will progress, this is going to be very difficult to achieve because nobody is going to preach. We are a very unique
Hmm.
situation that we started this whole program on our own without any single cent from ISKCON or from wherever, and now in a position, and I'm very surprised it is going on. So, in our future thinking, this is how we keep it very simple. So, the bhav which Arjuna is showing is Aishwarya bhav. When the Aishwarya bhav, one loves Krishna, but there is Aishwarya part in it. Whereas the Gopas, okay, they are with Krishna eternally. And Arjuna was eternally, no doubt about it. But you see, there is also an incarnation of Krishna and Arjuna who lives in the material world.
Hmm.
They Nar Narayan Rishi. So they're inseparable but living in the material world. It's a special incarnation. So there's another point which I'm reluctant to tell you. I will not share it right now with you, where it is mentioned about Arjuna's position. I do not want to share this because I do not have full information about it. Okay.
Hmm.
But that is not the case with Gopals. Okay. All right.
Hmm.
So when,
Yeah.
for example, when Lord Brahma, to give you more clarity, when Lord Brahma, you know the episode where Lord Brahma kidnaps all the children, correct?
Yes, 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 sir.
It's a wonderful pastimes. It's a very, very wonderful pastimes. If you want, we can have a discussion on this sometimes. Now, I've made detailed notes on this. So what happened is this, that when Lord Brahma sees this, taking, Krishna gives him the vision where he sees that all the Gopas who are still present, because they became Krishna. See, Krishna became them. You understand this?
Yes,
And they all
yes.
had the four forms of Krishna like Narayan. So he becomes very
Hmm.
astonished by seeing this. Becomes very bewildered. He could not understand. He became very pale. He could not imagine this situation. It may be a story to us, but it was a earth-shattering thing for Lord Brahma. So immediately he brought him back. Because for Krishna, his friends are most important, the Gopas. You see? And Gopa
Hmm.
will never ever leave Krishna, Krishna will never ever leave them. As I was discussing on Radhastami Day, that picture this way, it is mentioned in the Bhagavatam in confidential parts,
Hmm.
they dress themselves like nartaks, like dramatists in the drama. You know how one person decorates himself in the drama, makeup and all that.
Yes.
So Krishna and his Gopa friends, they all dress like this, as if they are in a drama, and they are. It is visualized this way that when they go to Vrindavan, when they go to the forest where the cows are, the calves, when they're small, are grazing, what do? They just fool around.
Hmm.
And what they do is this, that they all surround Krishna and everything they do is for Krishna's pleasure only. So, and they know Krishna is a good dancer, so they surround him and they make Krishna dance, and Krishna is dancing in the middle of them. There's a small child, beautiful. Okay,
Hmm.
now pause for a moment and think. These people are able to make Krishna dance, where Krishna is making the whole material and spiritual creation dancing for him. You understand this point?
Yes.
This is not possible even in Vaikuntha, where everybody is dancing for Krishna. Only here Krishna is dancing for his devotees. This is the position of the devotees.
Hmm.
Okay? And it never goes into their head. They think only about Krishna, they've got nothing to do with it. When Krishna was attacked by that snake, what is it
Aghasur.
called? Sorry?
Aghasur.
No, no, no.
Or
Uh,
Kalia. Kalia.
Kalia. Kalia. So many of them, when the Gopas saw it, they fainted immediately. They couldn't tolerate it. Yeah. So this is the position. Krishna will never leave them, they will never leave Krishna. It is their main lesson.
Hmm.
And don't think Krishna will make anybody else as a friend or a lover. He will make it, but one has to be very, very intimately qualified. And that is done by the internal potency of Krishna. Okay? All right? But remember one
Yes.
thing, it is just the bhav which Arjuna has shown. I'm telling all these things to you so that we understand that we have to go step by step with
Hmm.
Raga Bhakti. And then we come to Vedi Bhakti, then it will come to Raga Bhakti as our chanting
Hmm.
purifies. The holy name protects everything. The holy name will take us back to Godhead. You see? So Pancharadhika Vedi is maintaining for this purpose. But Pancharadhika Vedi also cannot be standalone. It has to depend upon Bhagavad Gita. You see? It
Hmm.
cannot do without chanting of the holy names. You cannot just do deity worship and that's finished. No, you'll fall down. You see? So there's deity worship even
Hmm.
in Bhagavad Gita, which we do, which we teach you. So you do that, you chant, and you are protected. So protection
Hmm.
is this that we are all self, I was telling you, we are self-judging ourselves. Don't let anybody else judge you and be very critical of yourself. Otherwise, Sankirtan is very easy process in this age to circumvent everything. But Sankirtan also goes into one's head. So that is the reason why be very careful. My suggestion to you is this: never keep this credit. It should stop. Taking credit should stop with my generation, my family generation. All of you just give the credit back to them. But to teach your downline, because by the time you are preaching and they are preaching, Kali Yuga would have increased even more with with IA and all that.
Hmm.
The whole kind of preaching will be very different to our preaching. So Krishna will give you the intelligence, but never this thing it just to show that otherwise people will, to help people you may take it, but give it to others, the seniors. This is our mood,
Hmm.
and this is the meaning that when you are preaching, you do not take their emotion, their modes. You share your modes. Don't take their modes. This is the main reason for it.
Yes.
Because our mode, we are completely out of the modes. We are completely out of the modes. How can you be completely out of the modes? You can be completely out of the modes when you do not take any ownership of the results of the actions that you do. This is what Krishna does all the time.
Hmm.
That is why he teaches and he says, now you do whatever you want to do. He is free. You see, onus falls back upon Arjuna to say what to do. Do you understand this point?
Yes, Prabhu.
So Vedic Bhakti is very important. By the way, Vedic Bhakti means Bhakti done by Vedas, rules and regulations, not spontaneity. Spontaneity will
Hmm.
come at the time then you give up the Vedic Bhakti. You see? And I've seen it in Guru Maharaj. I've seen it in Guru Maharaj. And we had actually protected Guru Maharaj from this. Others don't misunderstand it. And I was
mm,
so fortunate by the acceptance of Guru Maharaj, I was part of it towards the end. And whatever others would say, the very few people, confidential people, knew about this. We kept it like that. And it can never be shown. And all throughout, Maharaj had covered it. We could not imagine this, the transcendental position of Guru Maharaj. Very, very few people, devotees, who are extremely, you know, because of fortunate mercy of Guru Maharaj and Krishna, could see this and understand it, and they kept quiet. With that confidence, I'm saying, without seeing it,
mm,
you see. So, and
mm,
always they taught Vaidhi Bhakti. No problem, just do it. Chanting is important. Pure devotional service is to be performed. Nothing less than pure devotional service has to be performed. Do not give yourself even a single room to say, oh, today I let me do this, tomorrow I'll concentrate. No, no, there's no tomorrow. There's no tomorrow. So always remain transcendental. You can remain transcendental. You don't have to become a big sannyasi or guru, or you require somebody's authentic, somebody's stamp to say, you are a pure, you are transcendental. No, you are transcendental. You come with me, you're transcendental. Because this is what Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj teaches.
mm.
Everybody has to be transcendental. Even Kanishta Adhikari can be transcendental. We all Kanishtas, or worse than that, but we are transcendental. Why? Because we don't take ownership of what we do. Full stop. We give every credit to our seniors. I would tell people you
Mm.
do whatever you want to do. This is Vaidhi Bhakti. Alright? So Arjuna, although he was displaying this position, you understand the difference between Arjuna's position and the devotee's position, right? The Gopal's
Yes,
position.
Prabhu. Ashwarya
But,
and
yeah, but I'll
spontaneous.
tell you one more thing. Do not misunderstand Arjuna's position.
Mm,
When the gopis were worshipping Krishna, okay,
mm,
they brought in Arjuna also. They called Krishna as Arjuna's friend. Although Krishna obviously had not met Arjuna then, but they knew the relationship of their, aunt and all that.
mm.
But he was still called, Krishna was called Arjuna's friend by the gopis. So let's not misunderstand Arjuna's position. Arjuna is a great personality, okay? But just this
Yes, Prabhu.
bhav is shown, so we can see the differentiation. He's shown as afraid, and that is our position. So we have to be afraid.
Mm.
This is our point. And for that, he has to show the bhav of, you know, Aishwarya.
Ashwarya.
And never become too complacent with Krishna, never become too complacent with Radharani, never become too complacent with your Guru. Always give all respects to them. Whenever they speak, our ears should be open, our heart should be open. Even if they repeat the same thing 1,000 times, it is a foolhardy thing. It's our foolishness to close our ears. And the Guru knows when the ears are closed or when they're open. Okay?
Yes,
You
Prabhu.
understand, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Is it clear for you?
Yes, Prabhu. It's clear now. Yeah, because Arjuna is playing this role for us. Because he's also Nitya Mukta, um, living being, so he's no less than the 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 Vrajvasis or Gopas here, but he's showing this Ashwarya Bhav, and this is our position, as you said, rightly said that yes, we have to do uh, Vedi Bhakti first.
Yeah. For now, this answer is suitable. There's a much
Mm.
deeper answer too, which can be bombarding answer, but I would like to hold it for now.
Yes, Swami.
This is the correct understanding for now. It is best. This will help our bhakti.
Mm.
Okay?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Very nice. So in preaching, we always have to be very careful. Always in preaching, what you do is, as last Sunday's realizations, devotees have said that, nobody has come saying that I'm sick and tired of material world. So help me, show me the right way. Nobody came that way. We had to give everything to devotees. Like you will be doing the same thing to your people whom you are going to preach.
Hmm.
तो आपको सबको परोस के देना पड़ेगा. You will have to always make your plate ready with all prasadam to them.
Hmm.
They will never even realize that so much hard work is done so that the prasadam is ready in their plate. So they stop
Hmm.
thinking. कलयुग में यही होने वाला है. This is the reason why Maharaj told me people will eat eggs also, Amrish. Bring them in. I was very surprised Maharaj said that. And just before Maharaj departed, 1 year before, and Maharaj knew this, Maharaj was going to depart.
Hmm.
Maharaj had mentioned this point. So, so this is going to be always a problem where people will be misunderstand or misjudge. You are giving the plate, they get used to the plate. We are experienced it all the time. But keep doing it, and you are nobody. By service, you are purifying. By your money utilizing it, you are purifying. समझे ना?
Yes,
ठीक है?
Prabhuji. You said
Okay.
that we take charge, but we not in charge.
Yes, that's right. Always remember this. You'll be always happy. You'll be transcendental.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Health is perfect. Okay, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Yeah. More will be
Thank you
revealed
very
to
much.
you as we discuss it further, and the chanting purifies and my chanting purifies. Right?
Thank you for clarifying, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
No, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Very nice. Keep asking questions. Questions are very good.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you, Avinash Prabhu. You also had a question, Prabhuji. Would you like to repeat the question, please?
Yes, Prabhuji. This question came when we were having discussion in our parents' class. We were discussing this verse.
Yes.
It's 224.
Yes.
And so Prabhupada explains other qualities of the soul in the verse, but immovable and unchangeable. I understand little bit, but immovable I could not understand Achal.
Hmm.
That why Krishna is saying that his soul is immovable. And so that's the question. I told him in the class that I don't know. I have to ask Amrish Prabhu. That how
Okay.
can soul be immovable?
Yes, yes. Okay. So you asked 2 points there, unchangeable and immovable, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So unchangeable means it does not change. Sorry, all pervading you had mentioned, right? All pervading and
Yes.
immovable. Is that what you had asked me?
Yes, Prabhu. I have asked you in a question, immovable and present everywhere. Yeah.
And present everywhere. So all
Yes.
pervading.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
pervading.
Hmm. Now let us look at all pervading.
Yeah.
Sarvagataha. Okay. Now Srila
Right.
Prabhupada explains in the purport,
Yes.
Sarvagataha, all pervading. That
Yes.
means what? That soul can live everywhere.
Okay.
Okay. Now in the material world, the soul is living with the body.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
So remember this point. This is the main point to understand both the answers, both your points.
Yeah.
So wherever the body goes, the soul goes.
Yeah.
So in the material world, the bodies are made up of, on the earth, it is made up of earthly
Yeah.
things, like they call it, what is the word used? The earth is more prevalent,
Yeah.
but carbon.
Yes. Carbon, hydrogen, yeah, oxygen.
Yeah,
Yeah. These are two things, three things.
yeah. So now the same way, there are other planets in the material world where earth is not present at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, where air is more prevalent. Earth's prevalence is very minimal or not there.
Yes.
Then some planets which you understand, like Sun,
Yeah.
where fire is more prevalent.
Yes.
Earth may be there, but very little. It's got very, it's we cannot fathom this material world also, right? So,
Yes.
but the body that exists there to live there is suitable to live in those planets.
Yes.
Now, but the soul lives there also, in that body also. The soul lives also when the same body, same living being, in a subtle form, takes birth on earthly planets and gets a gross body. Soul is still existing there in the earth, in sun, in that watery planet also, in that airy planet also.
Yeah.
Yeah, all this exists. This is the meaning of it pervades everywhere. Sarvagata. This is the meaning of it.
So it's not like super soul.
No,
It's
super soul.
like super
Super
soul.
soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, super soul exists everywhere with the soul. Wherever the body exists, the soul exists. The super soul exists.
Yes. Like we say, Krishna is present everywhere. No.
Yeah, but super soul is one, but still divided into many.
Yes, but still
Souls are
complete.
not one. Souls are many.
Yes.
But like the super soul also is all pervading. But wherever the super soul exists, the soul goes. And with the body, wherever it goes, the soul goes. The definition here, the meaning is this, that it is it has got a capacity to live anywhere.
Yes. It gets
Okay,
the
in the
body
material world.
accordingly. Yeah.
Yes, in the body that is God's, he can live there, no problem. Water
Yes.
body lives, air body lives, fire body lives, earth body lives, no problem. Soul can go anywhere. All right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, super soul also goes everywhere, but super soul is one, divided into many. This is the point. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Now, immovable is the same definition with it.
Okay.
That the soul is immovable, but within the material body.
Oh, yes. I'll tell you my doubt, Prabhu, here. Just like you said that the soul goes with the body. So how
Yes.
does the body goes, Prabhu?
The body doesn't need to go, Prabhuji. Body
Yeah,
is created
yeah.
according to that particular planet that requires a body to live in.
So when somebody dies, soul
Hmm.
leaves the body. The
Hmm.
soul cannot travel on its own.
Yes.
Soul is immovable, means soul cannot walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what also I thought, but I thought I should clarify because you have read somewhere in Bhagavad Gita before also that soul cannot move on its own. It needs super soul, it needs subtle body, and then some carrier has to be there. Then only soul can move.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So what is immovable? The soul is immovable means it has to be in the subtle body all the time.
Yes,
The subtle body takes another gross body all the time.
yes.
So you
But
cannot
like
pluck
yeah,
it out. You can't pluck it out to go somewhere else. It is
oh
not
yeah.
possible.
But from this planet to this planet, it has to go from this planet to that other planet. So somebody has to carry soul with, like
Subtle
Yamduta,
body. Yeah, that is subtle body goes with the super soul.
yeah, subtle body.
Yeah. That
So,
is the reason why in our Shastras it is mentioned that, like in Mahabharata, for example,
yes,
you have got Bhishma Dev. So Bhishma Dev is being, there is a curse given by Amba and Ambalika,
yes,
that I will be the cause for you to kill you. I will kill you,
hmm,
no matter how many births I have to take.
yes,
Something about you?
yes,
So this is how it's taking birth again and again in that place to continue his birth. And they were so powerful. They could do that. Yeah?
yes,
Yeah. So this is how, but the soul cannot, this is how it moves.
yeah,
Similarly, when in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, chapter 6, that the soul, depending upon the past activities, goes to higher planets. He enjoys there a long time for enjoyment, and then falls down again to the earthly planet,
yes,
and is born in a family of a pious family or Brahman family.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. My question was that carrier, that who takes you to higher planets and who brings you to lower planets.
yeah, subtle body through our karmas, and the
Like,
soul is the super soul is
subtle,
the accountant.
the subtle body has to be carried by someone, some dutas or somebody to bring it to lower planets, or it falls down.
Yes, 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 absolutely right. But the soul never leaves the subtle body.
Yes, वो तो समझ गया, that I understand that
Yeah,
it leaves subtle body only when it goes to higher planet. Sorry, Vaikunt Dham. Then only there is
yes,
no super soul, only
yes,
soul.
that's right. That's right.
But in the material world, soul cannot move on its own. It has to be always with the subtle body, and the subtle body has to be moved by someone,
Yes, that's right.
some
That's right.
Krishna's energy. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, that's how Yamdutas, when they come, they take away the subtle body. The gross body is dead.
Yeah,
The Yamdutas will come and take.
yeah.
And
Okay.
that is the reason why it's painful, because the subtle body is also attached to the gross body.
Yes, yes, yes.
So it has to be cut. There's
Yes, that's
actually
right.
a cutting process. Just like when the child is born from the womb of the mother,
Yeah,
there's a cutting process.
yes,
Yeah. उसको क्या कहते हैं? उसको एम्ब्रियकल कॉर्ड.
Yes.
तो यहाँ पर भी होता है हमारे साथ. वी अटैच टू दिस बॉडी.
Yeah.
उसको कट करना पड़ता है. दिस वाज पेनफुल सिचुएशन.
Yes. Yes.
But the soul cannot leave this subtle body and go to somewhere else. It's not possible. So
Yes.
that is one meaning of it. It is immovable. It is not achal. It cannot be moved.
Yes. 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 That.
If it remains, it remains there.
Yeah. I thought of so, but I thought no. Let me get this clarified before I say anything. Yeah.
But your question about the movement of the subtle body, who carries it, is it clear?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. It is Yamduta or Vishnu Duta or anything else. Krishna. Yeah.
They are empowered. Again,
Yeah.
there's a big story of who are the Vishnudutas. They're like demons, but they have been empowered to do their job. They're doing it,
Yes.
and that's why they do not touch devotees.
Yeah. They don't do that devotees.
So devotional service, chanting of the Hare Krishna is that powerful,
Yes.
If you're doing it throughout our life, even if you cannot do it at the end, still Vishnudutas, the Jamdutas will be very careful of touching you.
Means, yes, Prabhu. Soul has so many qualities, unbreakable and insoluble, and air cannot dry and cannot be burned, but it cannot move on its own.
It requires subtle body. It requires the super soul to move with it. The sanction of the super soul.
Sanction of super soul, and yeah, and yes.
And it is unmovable. Remember, Prabhuji, immovable meaning what? That nobody can move it.
Yes.
This is another point to understand. It is also a quality. It's a feature of the soul.
Yeah.
That nobody can move it. Like gross body, we can move things. You can pull me, you can push me, you can throw me away. Correct? I can be moved.
Yeah.
But this cannot be done for the soul. So it's got two meanings. One is this meaning that nobody can do it. At the same time, it is in the context of sarvagataha. It exists everywhere. This is the meaning of sarvagataha.
Yes.
Okay, and with that, the context we can show it's not movable because it's with the particular body.
Yes.
So it is prevailing everywhere, but it is not movable.
Yes.
Okay, you understand this point?
Yes. 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 Thank you.
So many people, somebody may ask you the question, but then what happens to near-death experience situation? Near-death situation, NDE.
Yes.
You know about NDE, right? We discussed in the past. You know about NDE?
No, bro, I don't remember.
Okay. Or out-of-body experience कहते हैं उसको?
No, bro.
Okay. So there is a concept called, not concept, is it a fact? It is called out-of-body experience. It is a big research being done where people have left their bodies and they've come back into the body, gross body. Okay. So while understanding these concepts, our soul had done a lot of work on this, a lot of research in this point. So how do you explain this? This is also in gross materialist people also do it.
Yeah.
And great yogis do it.
Yes.
So difference is this, that gross materialists, when they do it, they do not have any control. I was interviewing a person in Wellington. When we had gone there once, it was at 3 o'clock in the morning, we were discussing till that time. And he told me that I had this problem, I had experienced out-of-body experience. How do you explain this? Then he explained to me that he had a major cardiac arrest at home.
Yes.
So he said that when my daughter was there and ambulance came, and I could see that I was out of my body immediately. The pain was so excruciating, I was out of the body, and they were doing, I could see from the above, they're doing work on my body. So what do you say to this? He asked me this question. And he said that my life has changed after that. But after that, I again went back to the body.
Yeah.
And I could see that pain was in me. And again, the pain was severe. I went out of the body. Okay, ऐसा हुआ 2-3 दफे हो उसके साथ. Then he came back again inside. Then he was in the hospital. Now he's okay. All those things were there. ठीक है ना?
Yes, I've heard this case, bro.
Yes, I've shared this before with you, with all of you.
Yes.
Yeah. And then there are scientific research, big work done. If you look at Google, you'll have unlimited stories about this. Okay, even YouTube has got so many videos about out-of-body experience. NDEs they are called, near-death experience. Okay, so uska answer ही निकलता है. And yogis do the same thing. If you look at Ramayana, then Lord Ram were trained in going out of the body. Yogis can do it, they can travel.
Yeah.
The gross body is there, but subtle body moves from there. And this is the same definition where the in the dream, Prabhupada says we leave the body, a subtle body,
Yes.
and come back again. Because the connection is yet not stopped. Okay. So I was talking with other devotees who are knowledgeable. They say, yeah, because the connection is not yet gone. And my research told me that there are two ways in which one can happen. One is where one is trained to leave the body, like yogis do, and those who are going out of sheer pain and fear or whatever it is. So this is how the body, it has to come back to the body,
Yes.
the soul, which is in the subtle body it goes. So the soul doesn't go. What the person doesn't realize is that he was going out, subtle body went out,
Yes.
not the soul, not the gross body. Yeah, and he said that I could smell. I'm still looking for that beautiful smell which was existing there. And I keep on asking. He said, from then onwards, I've become a Hindu also, I've become a Christian also, I've become a Muslim also. I have no fight with anybody. Okay, na? Yeah, yeah. Because nobody can say I'm a Hindu, so I'm not going to go like this. So he had a different vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the meaning of immovable. So nobody can force it to go out unless the time is up. And even if time is up, it will still get a subtle body. Its individuality remains. And
Yes.
till the time it goes to the spiritual world. Only then you are with the super soul in front of you. You don't require it to guide you
Yes.
and become an
Yes.
accountant.
Yes. But you need, yeah, in the material world, you need a carrier or your super soul to actually take you around. Soul
Yeah,
has.
yeah, that's right. Although we have got the choice where to go, but nobody can force us to come out and do something else.
Yeah.
It's our karma that we do.
Yes.
Okay? You understand this, Bhavani?
Yes. Yes.
Is it clear?
Yeah. Yes. I was thinking on the same line, but I was not very sure. I said, no, I must clarify.
ठीक है.
Thank you, bro.
Okay, Hare Krishna. I
Okay.
think ये time up हो गया है यहाँ पर 1 घंटा. Very nice. Anyway, let us have this discussion. How somebody must have prepared. Maybe others who have not asked a question, they can give their realization for this verse, please. 11:36. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So we just share our realizations or we recite everything?
No, no, share your realization, but let somebody else who has not asked a question, let them do so.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Can you hear me? Hello? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, we can hear you.
Okay. Hare Krishna. So today we are actually studying Bhagavad Gita, verse chapter 11, verse 36. Arjuna Uvacha Tane Rishikesha Tava Prakritya Jagat Praharshati Anuradhicha Rakshasha Rakshashami Bhitani Disho Dravanti Sarve Namashanti Cha Siddha Sangaha. Arjuna Uvacha Tane Rishikesha Tava Prakritya Jagat Praharshati अनुराजते च राक्षसामि भीतानि दिशो द्रवन्ति सर्वे नमः च सिद्ध sangha. For word to word synonyms and translation and purport, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Ji ki jai. Arjuna Uvacha, Arjun said, Sthane rightly, Rishikesha, Rishikesh, Rishikesha, Rishika Isha, O master of all senses, Tava, your Prakritya, by the glories, Jagat, the entire world, Praharishati is rejoicing. Anurajate is becoming attached. Cha and Raksha, Raksha, Raksh, Rakshashamsi, the demons, Bhitani, out of fear, Dishaha, in all directions. Dravanti, are fleeing. Sarve, all, Namashanti, are offering respects. Cha, also, Siddha, Siddha Sangaha, the perfect human beings. Arjun said rightly, O master of all senses, you are by the glories. The entire world is rejoicing, is becoming attached, and the demons out of fear in all directions are fleeing. All are offering respect, also the perfect human beings. Translation. Arjun said, O master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. Purport. Arjuna, after hearing from Krishna about the outcome of the battle of Kurukshetra, became enlightened, and as a great devotee and trained of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he said that everything done by Krishna is quite fit. Arjun confirmed that Krishna is the maintainer and the object of worship for the devotees and the destroyer of the undesirables. His actions are equally good for all. Arjun understood herein that when battle of Kurukshetra was being concluded, in outer space there were present many demigods, siddhas, and the intelligentsia of the higher planets, and they were observing the fight because Krishna was present there. When Arjuna saw the universal form of the Lord, the demigod took pleasure in it. But others who were demons and atheists could not stand it when the Lord was praised. Out of their natural fear of the devastating form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they fled. Krishna's treatment of the devotees and the atheists is praised by Arjuna. In all cases, a devotee glorifies the Lord because he knows that whatever he does is good for all. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And thank you, His Grace Amrish Prabhu, Harge Span Pagya Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Samarpan Krishna Prabhu for training us and giving us opportunity to share our realization on Bhagavad Gita verses. So here is a very important verse. Now, so far what we discuss, now Arjuna is actually speaking, after hearing from Krishna. So what we discussed in the previous verses. So here he is actually, offering his obeisances, and as a devotee and as a friend, as Srila Prabhupada actually also mentioned here. So there are quite a few points here to meditate on. So I meditated on a few of them. So the first one here, where it is said, O master of the senses, the world become joyful upon hearing your name. Thus everyone become attached to you. So Krishna's name, and Krishna, as we have actually learned so far. So because Krishna's absolute nature, there is no difference between Krishna and his name. They are one and the same. So Amrish always, nowadays, he mentioned quite a few times that what is meant by pure chanting is having this firm faith that there is no difference between the name and the form of a Krishna. So when we actually hear Krishna's name, anyone who hears and actually recite his name become attached to the name. So this is something been taught at the very beginning, when we come to actually Krishna conscious programs, even it happened with me, that we have been told that you don't need to change anything. You just add Krishna. So initially, I had actually wondered, what is, so great about the name, just adding the name, how can it change, will bring about the change. But actually, I followed the instruction and started chanting, Krishna's names. So obviously, there was little Shraddha that it's a God's name. But at that time, I didn't realize, what kind of power it carries. But as we chant, as it is also very nicely described, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Shishtashtakam, that as we chant the holy name, it actually cleanses our heart, of all the anarthas, and we slowly become actually purified. And that's how actually Krishna works. It purifies us, and more we purified, we become more and more attached to Krishna. I say the Krishna conquers your world. So first you started chanting, then you started doing the actually puja, and they started doing some service, maybe reading Bhagavad Gita and so on. So once you're actually doing these activities, without even realizing, somehow we are getting attached, because now even if you actually want, sometime if somebody asks to leave, it's very hard to leave because we're already attached to Krishna. So this is very mystical process, and Srila Prabhupada actually Arjuna said that actually, everyone become attached to you. So especially the devotees, the demigod, the siddhas, and pure devotees, even actually devotees who are still actually have material contamination, they're all actually slowly become attached to the Krishna. So Krishna's treatment of the devotees and the demons is a very interesting point. So as actually Bhagavad Gita says, especially about the pure devotees, Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya dridavata nama shantasya mama bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. So actually the pure devotees of the Lord, they are actually satatam, all the time, 24/7 they're engaged, glorifying his name and actually rendering service to the Krishna, and they're actually doing this with the great determination. So that is the nature of the pure devotee. And actually Krishna reciprocates by actually giving pleasure to the devotees, as so far what I understood. So he reciprocates, whatever service we actually perform, there is always a reciprocation. Whereas the demons, they are envious of Krishna. So we have actually, studied many actually demons, be it Hiranyakashipu or Kamsa, So as actually Srila Prabhupada says that they are also actually conscious of Krishna in a negative way. It is not a positive devotional service, it's a negative because they want to kill Krishna. But they have constant remembrance of Krishna out of a envy. So as a point is mentioned here by Arjun, that actually even the demons, they approach Krishna or they envious of Krishna, or even they get killed by Krishna, still the result is they also get liberated. So whatever Krishna is the result is always a positive. So that is actually, that's why Krishna is called a purifying. Hare Krishna.
Hare Prabhuji, you
Yes.
went out, Prabhuji, you cut out the last point. I couldn't hear. You went out, I'm sorry.
Okay, Prabhuji, my phone got locked actually while I'm speaking.
Just the last point.
So is that so? Krishna, actually, whether he's reciprocating to his devotees in living way to the actually, to their actually the liberation, not any negative effect. So Krishna, whatever he does, actually is always all good. Srila Prabhupada mentioned this point quite often in his lectures. With Krishna, everything is all good. So even actually, and even the demons, actually, Srila Prabhupada mentioned this point. The demons are not that they are very ghastly, actually ghastly looking creatures, but demons are those. The atheists are also demons because they do not have any faith in Krishna, or they simply lack a knowledge which led, which actually result into not having the actual faith in Krishna. So even to that extent, they are the demons. So that's why when I was thinking that actually as a what I seen actually in Hare Krishna weekend, actually the focus is on preaching. So many people come and go, So as per their actually level of their actually surrender or their level of faith, some people actually follow. Some people will follow for a certain time, then they leave. Some people will just come to one class and they leave. So that depends on their actually level of shraddha or the knowledge they obtain. So it depends, So that's why actually I was thinking from preaching point of view, what happens, Here, the point is explained that actually the siddhas, the perfected beings, and the demigods who are actually devotees, suras, they are actually taking pleasure looking at the actually universal form of a Krishna, even that is ghastly, they are taking pleasure in it. While the demons, out of fear or out of envy, they are actually fleeing away. So maybe the same point, actually, to the level we are surrendered or to the level we have the Shraddha in a holy name or Krishna, probably we get attracted or actually we get, we flee away from Krishna. And actually Krishna, actually he has absolute control. Actually, as it is said that actually nothing in this material or spiritual world, anything that is going on, everything happens as per the will of Krishna. As Srila Prabhupada mentioned that not even a blade of a grass can move without the sanction of Krishna. As we discussed the point, Paramatma is present everywhere. It's all pervading. He's present within the heart of all the living beings as a Paramatma, and he's also present within the atoms as well. So, as a Paramatma, he's a Upadrashta Anumantasha. So, he's actually witnessing everything and is also actually giving sanction to the actions that we take. Yes, he guides us. He will give the actually understanding or intelligence to understand what is right or wrong, but he does not interfere with our decision-making process. He leaves it to us. So once we decide, he actually sanctions it. So yes, Krishna controls everything that happens within the material world. So even whatever action we take, the way he actually still always, no matter where we are in which body, he's always guiding us continuously. So when you look at the big picture, actually as a super soul, he's always guiding all the living entities, and he desires everyone that they will come back to actually Godhead somehow. So these are the points actually, Prabhuji, I understood. There are many other points, but probably I will actually stop here. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for the nice points. They're very enlightening, very enlivening, wonderful. All the best. Does anyone have any other burning points to be raised today? Please do so now. Thank you. Or any questions anybody has so far? Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.